Her fingers dance across the sound holes. Her breath controls the pace of the tune. Overlooking the waters of Lake Cowichan, Rami Verland performs a playful medley with a traditional sound.
Well, they're an instrument that was made by the First Nations, mostly the Sioux First Nations, about 2,500 years ago. They were probably originally made from like wind blowing in a branch.
It's said thousands of years ago, the young men of the tribes would use the gentle sound of these wooden flutes to attract women.
I think it's more the sound of it now is maybe it's just it's a personal thing as opposed to trying to attract someone else. I think now it's bringing people back to a center within themselves.
When Rami first heard this Native American Love Flute, she was inspired to create her own. With the support of her partner, Zach Stolk, who is an instrument maker by trade, she started crafting these Lakota flutes on the shores of Lake Cowichan.
We work well together, and she's really good at tuning flutes, whereas I'm kind of fall down a little bit on that aspect. But she's really come a long way, and now she can really take it on her own.
Her creations, known as heart song flutes, begin as rectangular pieces of wood. Then Rami carves out the chambers.
I think traditionally they were made mostly out of red cedar or yellow cedar. I make them out of walnut. I use arbutus, cherry. I really like to use a large variety of woods because each one has its own voice and its own, personal sound.
The personal sound develops when Rami makes the sound holes and attaches the totem. Traditionally a small block of wood, the totem is a piece that sits over the sound chambers. Rami shapes her totems into animals.
The totem which is usually a little animal or a bird of some kind, is part of the sound mechanism, and all the angles of that are all really important in creating the clearest sound. This is a yellow cedar flute in the key of G minor, and it's a drone flute. So it's got two barrels there.
Now take a listen to the difference between this yellow cedar flute, the warm tone of this red cedar, and the crisp sound of a flute made from a tough wood.
So this is also in the key of G, and this is a very hard wood. So even two flutes in the same key made from different types of wood have a different, quality.
It can make you feel many things. It can make you feel mellow, or it can make you feel sad, or it can make you feel happy. All depends on how they're played.
Rami's light-hearted tune, played through this tough ebony flute, gives off a positive feel as she revels in happiness from playing this ancient instrument in modern times. In Lake Cowichan, I'm Muranetz.